Huzzah! Huzzah! Good day! Welcome to Encounter Roleplay. We're going to be playing Mouse Guard today. If you don't know what Mouse Guard is, we're going to fill you in and introduce all of our players, their characters, and the situation at hand. But first, let me begin with the old rigmarole of who sponsors this channel and why should give them your support. Encounter Roleplay is powered by Fantasy Grounds, our virtual tabletop of choice, and all of the roles you will see, you can actually do that for free at fantasygrounds.com. Go ahead and download it, all that shenanigans. But we would also like to point you to Whaling Games for those miniatures that you might want to bring to your table, the literal table, the not virtual table, because we can screenshot that. And we also have tabletop loot. If you are looking for your dice collection, as I have my own, and they are very neatly kept safe, tucked in here. But in tabletop loot, you can get a giveaway started by retweeting our show's tweet, telling everybody that we are out and about, and we'll have a giveaway and all that. Okay, I think... Yeah, I'm all set. Are you guys all set? How are you guys doing?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so my video has stopped working. At least I look cute. Okay.
You do. You look like you're about to. You're going to give me a sales rep right now.
We didn't get the free frame with your finger.
I'll just direct you to another caller.
Yes. One moment, please. Let me get mine now. Yes. One moment, please. All right.
You can't see anything.
We're playing Mouth Guard. And
Mouth Guard.
In the Mouth Guard. I mean, I grind my teeth out, so
that's a bit of a different game.
Totally different game.
Hey, I'll go for sports anime tabletop role-playing game if you guys need to.
Yes.
I'll go about that. Oh, he's using the practice special method of swing bat at 45-degree angle spin. No way.
Overdrive.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to play Mouse Guard. Mouse Guard is based on a comic book series in which the world is inhabited by intelligent mice who have a little society built up in the wilderness. And the problem with that is that they are still mice. Predators are still easily able to make meals out of them, and weather is a titanic shattering event for the towns and settlements of the territories. And the only way that they survive these terrible events and dangers is thanks to the Mouse Guard, who keeps the inner workings of the towns safe and essentially not worrying about going outside and being eaten by a snake every day. Oh. But as of late in our campaign, we are dealing with something larger than a snake, far larger. A bear has invaded the territories. And in response, there has been a great panic. Some duly, or rightly so, because their houses have literally been turned upside down or ripped from the branches of trees that they have settled in. And our little patrol here of mice are going to find a way to get through this terrifying year. So, why don't we introduce all of our characters, and we'll go into a prologue into what will happen today and what happened last time. Who would like to go first?
Oh, fine.
I think.
Hi, I'm playing Kiara, the guard mouse, who's now apparently not. We're incognito guard mice as we go about this delightfully difficult task, and so we don't get our cloaks, and I've been having a little issues. But it's fine. We'll be okay. We'll get our cloaks back. It'll be okay.
Totally fine. What's your belief, by the way?
My belief is it's better to deal with your enemies now than to have them sneak up behind you later.
Lovely. And speaking of sneaking up behind you,
Yes. I was waiting for like the actual segue, but
In Masquerade, you are the segue.
you
All
are
right.
the
Well, hi everybody. I'm starting off by playing Moira. She is a scientist / healer mouse. Her belief is that there's always a way to figure it out without violence, and her instinct is to always wait shyly for someone else to speak first. And that's it. Yeah.
That's it.
Woo!
And we'll move on to Knight. Guillermo, go ahead and give us the whole thing behind Heathcliff.
Hi, I'm Heathcliff. I'll be playing Guillermo today, and I am a good mouse. I do good things. I make no mistakes or bad choices, and the snake shall be proven innocent of their charges against them. And I believe we'll make it through this. My belief is that we will defeat this bear from the inside.
And we go to our tender paw.
Courage. Hello.
Mm.
Yes, I'm Emma, and I'm playing Courage. He is indeed a tender paw, hasn't quite got his cloak yet. His belief is that he does his best to protect those who cannot protect themselves. Hashtag big muscles, big heart. I'm making a heart motion, but you can't see because my video's frozen. Use your imagination. And his instinct is, even though he's scared, there you go. Even though he's scared, he'll stand his ground in the face of danger. And that is him. And he is great.
All right. We have our team, and now we must have our prologue. Now, would anybody like to jump at delivering the prologue? You can receive a nature point to reclaim if you've lost one in the previous sessions, or you can recover from a condition. Or you can just be awesome. Does anybody actually have to? You guys have been crushing it in terms of.
I have no need for such things. Indeed.
Oh,
Well,
sure.
and
I'm
that-
actually
We'll
okay.
take a stab at it.
I think each
Yes.
character had their own moments. Yeah, we can sort of like communally do it. I think.
Oh,
Kira?
Last session, Kiara ran into this mysterious guard mouse in the woods after freeing the weasel, because that was smart. And rifling through the papers at the weasel left, and hey, there's a mysterious mouse at the other group whose name I'm totally drawing a blank out right now. We'll call them the Evil Empire because that's all I can remember. We're looking for any mice that might have a red cloak with a red stripe on red cloak with a white stripe on the inside. We met such a mouse who said, maybe you should go back and talk to the matriarch. And so we went back and talked to the matriarch, and she said, hey, you're going to help these guys with the red cloaks with the white stripes, and you got to save the whole town. And so then we went and looked for bats, and we made friends with bats. And now we're going to try to fly on bats and drop stuff on bears' faces.
That's right, because Gwendolyn got you assembled to tackle this bear problem in a
way that doesn't involve, attacking a bear with needles, because that's not going to work.
I mean,
Sometimes
it'll hurt.
It could work. It'll hurt
It might hurt the bear. I don't know if it'll truly injure it, but I don't know. Maybe hundreds of little pinpricks will take it down. So says
Hundreds of thousands.
So says the Protectorate, who is a gathering of mice who wish to stand against the bear in combat and drive it out of the territory, because they do not feel like after the Winter War they should stand down from the threats that bring mice to the lowest rung of the natural order. And I think we can
they'd be
sort
wrong,
of
but
they'd be wrong, but they are making some concessions by adding weasels to their army, arming them, and creating different siege weapons for this bear, like ballistas and various other attacks. But you are using the most deadly of weapons to defeat the bear.
Skunk butt!
Skunk
Hell yeah.
butt!
Skunk butt.
And with that skunk spray, now that you have, at the very least, a way of getting it into the bear, and like without running across the fields, just carrying this like squirt gun. You guys are going to be,
I hate
yeah,
that
no. You guys are going to be using Spook, one of the bats nearby, who will be delivering this machine, this projectile, however we are going to build it. But right now we have to do two things. One, we have to actually make this device, which will be a feat of engineering, no doubt. And we also have to actually collect the skunks. We have to collect skunk stuff.
Skunk butt.
Skunk
butt.
I don't think you need
shy away from it.
I don't think you need the whole butt. I don't think you need the whole butt.
Answering the real questions here on Mouse Guard. Do we need the whole butt?
No, we just need the excretions from the anal glands of the skunk.
Now, traditionally, it is known as the mercaptan, which is the source of the odor.
No.
And, I mean, where else are you going to get sulfur like that? All right, and that's where we're going to pick up. You guys are all decked out with your new capes, which are red with an interior stripe that is white down the middle, and several pockets and various other things. What do you do now? And we can actually make goals. It's one of the first times in a session I have remembered to tell you guys to make a goal. Hooray!
Goals.
It can be specifically, you also kind of need to figure out where you want to go with this next, because Toby, who was that initial mystery mouse, he has told you he is willing to aid in acquiring skunk stuff.
Do skunks eat mice?
They do.
Oh.
Everything eats mice.
I'm never
We're
going to
very
be able
tasty.
to make a non-mouse friend.
I mean, you could make it a mouse friend if you like.
I mean, Spook's not a mouse.
Spook
You
is a
totally
sky
make
rat.
friends with Spook.
Spook is a sky rat. Spook will be my best friend next.
Somewhere Samson cries a single tear.
Samson's still my best friend. You can have more than one.
But if they're all your best
Samson
friends,
is
aren't they all
recovering.
just friends?
Exactly.
Family.
Let's see. What do we want to do next? I guess next we gotta make the delivery system.
Yes.
Okay. Then I
Because
would
we have
like to...
The means of delivery, we have it. We don't have what to put in it. But once we have the container to put the stuff in it, we can actually get the thing. This skunk butt.
This is going to be a mix of like a harness and a projectile. Because you
Okay,
have
then I
to
would
strap it to Spook the bat.
Yeah, like a catapult.
Then, yeah.
Yeah.
Batapult! Oh my gosh, it's really good.
Finally, my pun ability is coming to play.
Oh,
10 seconds.
Batapult! Oh my gosh.
Guillermo, I'm
So
disappointed.
This is the best reaction I could have
We've
hoped
reached
for.
the peak
I'm
of
happy.
Mouse Guard. Right, okay. My goal is going to be to help successfully get some some skunk juice for this.
All right.
Yeah. I'm
That's a
going
good
big
goal.
or going home. I'm going big. Because I can't think of anything else.
It is a task.
Yup. With the help of my good friends.
Okay, my goal is to
Not your
obtain
bad
the
friends.
skunk juice. No, we're just friends. We're not the
Well-
best friends.
Oh. Okay.
Oh,
Skunk
you don't
juice.
say that in character, do you?
No,
I'm
I don't think the three of us are not on Courage's best friend list. Samson is, and then Spook.
Yeah, I see how it is.
Are we there? Yeah.
You guys are my team, though.
It's
Okay.
a different list.
Yeah.
Do we
Still a good list.
have goals and such?
Yes,
I've
mine.
got
Yeah,
mine.
what is a...
What's yours?
Juice without getting sprayed.
Oh, you want to get the juice without getting sprayed.
Yeah.
All right.
Mine is to not harm the skunk or have anyone get injured.
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
Mine is to be able to say at the end of the session that no skunk were injured in the making of this skunk juice.
Yes.
That'll be a seal, a stamp of approval by the
Skunk-friendly
MDA.
juice. Oh, no.
All right. And with that,
But at least we have a
I
very
think
unified direction.
it definitely sounds like everybody is going to go straight to the skunk territory. Which...
We need something to put it in.
Yeah, do you guys want to stay in Lockhaven and create some sort of... do you want to do the engineering task? Because that'll likely be a scientist check
Probably.
to start off with.
Shall we?
That sounds like it makes sense.
Yeah, I guess probably, right?
Mm-hmm.
Scientist skills.
Yes.
I guess I'll do that.
Now, there is going to be a resources check as well to get the materials. But luckily, Gwendolyn and Toby are willing to spot you some money to help get this everything that you need.
Well, all right then.
It's going to be +1 for each of them.
Okay.
Since
cool.
this is a dire time in the territories, there are lots of people using a lot of things.
I am prepared for such a test. I mean,
let's
I have 4. I have 4 with their +2s.
You have 4?
I mean, I have 2, but then they have 1 each. So I mean,
Yeah. Is that
Yes.
is everybody else helping? And you could.
Yeah.
By the way, I think one of you has 0 resources.
Yeah, that would be me because I spent it all on doing
Right.
something.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
That means you cannot help.
Oh, I can't help with the resources? Or I
No, you
can't help with it at
cannot.
all? Okay. So this is just a
unless you
resource.
have- Yeah, because if yeah, I don't think you can help with the 0 resources.
I have 2, so I'll give 1 and save 1 in case we really need it.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, this sounds like woof. Sounds like obstacle 4, honestly.
Okay.
Okay. Take
So
mine
am I
as
getting
well.
help from my team? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
From 2 of your team.
Cool.
So that's 6, I think.
It is. I do not succeed, and I could not succeed.
Okay, so I'm just gonna make everybody hungry and thirsty, except for
Okay.
Kiara. And your resources is also depleted, Elf, by 3.
I only have 2, so I mean, that's fine.
Oh! Yeah, that's fine. All right.
I'm not going to need any
But-
more resources by the end of this campaign. Whatever, it's fine.
I mean, that's if you survive the bear.
I mean,
No!
I won't need resources
live.
if I don't survive the bear, so
Oh,
it all
It's a
works
win-win.
out.
This is fair.
So now we need to attend to crafting this device. Do you have an idea of what you have in mind to draft up? Because
I mean, we
as
need like
Toby
a.
tried,
We need like a catapult, basically. Not a catapult, but like a slingshot kind of deal to like shoot it into the bare space when we fly by.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. And it's gonna be. It is literally a batlista.
Batlista.
rather than a catapult.
I mean, it's not gonna shoot a giant arrow, so it's probably not a bad lista.
But I like that idea. So it's gonna be big, and it's gonna have to work with the bat. The bat's nature is 5, so I'm thinking that you're gonna have to. Oh, what?
I was gonna say I could help somehow with if we need to construct it, because I can help with armor or weaver potentially.
Armor, definitely.
Armor, definitely. I have armor 2, or fighter 3. So I don't know which.
Yeah, I have
if any of those
armor
can help.
carpenter, I'm thinking.
Ooh, carpenter. That also sounds like it would work. So that's 2 helping dice.
Also Smith. So
Smith.
those 3.
Smith is definitely a big hitter.
I could help with Persuader to try and talk to Spook so that it doesn't spook when we are connecting the bits and strapping the stuff, measuring stuff. Could that help? It's not in the construction, but it's easing the construction by calming the spook.
I don't think so, because you don't have lore mouse, so you don't necessarily speak bat.
Okay.
And you might not know how to like sue the bat as well.
Oh, in that case, can I use Insectress to collect insects so that the bat can eat, so that it doesn't spook?
There you go.
Yeah.
You're gonna give it like when you put a horse in like a hay bag around its face.
Yes, we're gonna give it a feed bag.
Okay, I'll allow that.
Like ants, termites, whatever bats eat.
You
I'll bring a
probably
sample,
covered dead
see
bees.
what the spook eats, and then collect more of those so that it stays peaceful while more measures and cuts and everybody works.
Okay, so yeah, this is gonna be obstacle 6, I think.
Damn.
Because it at least needs to be equal to the bat's nature. Yeah, so obstacle 6, make sure that you use whatever traits you need to, Moira, as well as any persona points you would like to use. Because this is going to be a big one.
What kind of test is this? Because scientist, I guess?
Scientist.
Alright, who's helping me with what?
I'm helping you with armorer.
Okay.
Your choice: carpenter, smith, or armor.
You just pick one. As long as they all work, it doesn't matter. It gives me the same die.
I'd say
Narratively.
Smith.
Yeah, Smith
because
Smith is
there's a lot of
probably the way.
moving parts.
And then Guillermo's helping me, like Heathcliff's helping me with Insectress. I like it.
I think that's so cool.
Okay.
Okay.
So that gives me a 5.
5.
What's the difficulty here for?
6.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I will help you again. Can I use
How?
Legends of the God?
Oh, you can only help once, Miss Emma.
Damn it, I always forget that.
I can use my nature, right? Or something like that?
You can tap
There
it
is
with
some
a
way.
persona point. Yeah.
Yeah.
It would go down by 1. And you can also use persona points to just add 1.
I mean, yeah, but 1 will only give me 6, which is the same amount that the difficulty is. So I would have to succeed on every single die.
You can spend more than 1 persona point. I think you can spend up to 3.
Oh, I'll spend 3
As
then.
well as-
okay, cool.
Yeah, as well as tapping your nature and all that. Are there any traits you want to use as well?
By tapping my nature, you mean that I don't entirely understand what that even means. I've never done it before.
If you tap your nature, you spend 1 persona point and add your entire nature to it.
Oh,
So
okay, fine. That's done. All right, cool. Okay.
it's interesting because Courage has done it so
I've done it so
that-
much.
No, I never have done it.
I'm coming for your GMing wig.
So it's 66 plus 5, so it's 11d6.
Oh, come on. Come on.
All right, and I need
Doesn't look
6.
great.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
There's only 2 in there.
6.
Oh, 3. There's only 3 in there.
Explode your 6, if you can.
My 1-6 into 3 more successes? I don't think
Try
it's
it.
gonna
It's
happen.
happened before. It's happened before.
Alright, fine. I was
Just
like,
see.
Let's see.
Or re-roll, yeah.
There.
okay.
That's
I
another.
got one more. It's 4.
So here's what I am going to ask you next. What is your wise, Moira?
Poison wise. Which is pretty relevant to this, to be
I
honest.
could make a case for how this would be relevant.
I mean, me too. We're creating a device to carry a toxic substance to throw into a bear's face. There is no better wise.
There is no better wise.
My wise is chemical warfare. I'd like
My
to,
wise.
I'd like to release the mustard gas.
Oh my gosh.
I accept it. I accept it.
Basically, yeah.
You may spend a persona point to re-roll all your failures if you so desire.
Oh, alright, cool. I will do that.
So you just need
so I
2.
need 96 because it says the amount that, or 86, the amount that failed.
Hey, that's much better.
Yeah, done.
Okay.
Easy on the second try. No problem.
Sweet.
The reason I'm doing this is to burn through all of those points, so you can't use them when you got to the base.
You
You're not
literally
supposed to
can't. You
expose
literally, you can't burn through the amount of points I have. I have like 8 of each. I haven't used any
God,
of these
that's right.
things.
Oh my god, that's right. Courage is the one who taps their nature, not you. Ooh.
I'm on 4 nature now somehow because I did the so many readings.
Yeah.
Prologue. Yeah. Okay.
So many.
Oof. All right. Well, in that case, the operation is going to take, I'd say, like several days. It's going to take like 3 days to attend to this project and complete it in full. Between gathering the supplies and then putting it all together, Heathcliff has to go find his bugs to make sure that Spook is attentive and cooperative. Kiara and Courage are hard at work putting all the pieces together while you draft the blueprint and assemble this construction, this feat of Spruce Tuck engineering.
Yes.
Spook
Indeed.
can be harnessed to it. And there is is this going to be a single or multiple mouse driven?
I mean, it's on 1 bat, so I don't think more than 1 mouse.
Okay, so
That's a lot of
there will be
pressure
only
for one mouse.
Yeah, well,
one spot for mouse.
somebody's got to be the hero. I made the thing. I'm not going to write it. Tell you that much.
All right, and it took a day to travel to the bats and back. And now that you have Spook, you don't have to travel back there. And that leaves us with, I think, 3 days until the battle begins with the bear, at least in the Protectorate's time frame. That means we have one last thing to attend to, and that is finding the skunk.
Skunk.
Requires you to leave Lockhaven and venture out. Now, Toby can help lead this this trek. But what is your plan when you actually find the skunk? Because Toby gather. Let's actually. I think we can make this a scene. Toby will gather you guys, like I think the morning of when you're supposed to leave, and he'll go ahead and tell you that. In the past few days, he's been scouting around to find where he thinks a skunk is. He doesn't know where its den is, but he knows that it's wandering around, and there are clear signs that it is waddling about. But he isn't sure how to pin it down, and he is wary of attacking it outright with just all of you. Because 5 mice against 1 skunk, it is a dire battle. But you could try to do it.
Do we need to fight
Yeah.
it? Won't it? Couldn't we persuade it to give us some butt juice?
Theoretically, yes, we could persuade
see.
it, but it's not going to just help us because it's there. That's not how this works.
No, but it might
No, I
help
know.
us because the bear is scarier than it is, and it might be scared of the bear more than it's.
Possibly. I'm looking forward to our discussion.
Can anybody really here talk to skunks?
No.
It would be a lore mouse check.
What is this?
Maybe. I have a lore mouse too, so you know.
Yeah, okay. So we have a chance
Toby,
at least.
can you talk to skunks? No? Okay, cool. It was worth it.
Oh! He says, that wasn't really my training focus. Afraid not.
Right. How?
We could try to find someone who knows skunk ways, I guess, but that means putting more time into it.
Mm.
So, skunks sort of spray the stuff when they're scared, right? And they're trying to defend themselves, or something
Yeah.
like that. So what if we created something
Really
scary
tart?
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
for it to spray onto, and then we use that, and then we squeeze it, and the juice comes out and goes into our holder container thing.
Like a scare skunk. Scare skunk.
Scare skunk! Yes!
Mm.
I think that might be a good-ish idea. But it's all I got, friends.
Toby nods and says, it's either that or one other plan where we give it a beat down,
Oh,
which I'm kind of wary about.
Yeah.
But,
Finding a dead skunk might be harder.
ooh, dead skunk.
yay.
I mean, you could smell it a
Might
mile
smell
away,
worse.
but
We can't smell anything, so it means there isn't something within a mile of us then.
if we did make that target, it could work. It would be a lot more safer to get it than outright attacking it. We could try to trap it too, but again, trying to figure out what all your specialties are, because I can certainly find it.
I'm really good at carrying things
It's true.
and hitting things, and that's about it. And making friends.
I mean, that's something.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
So if we make the scare skunk out of metal or something that doesn't absorb liquid,
Yes.
it'll be a lot easier if it sprays it to
Mm.
collect said liquid.
True.
We could make like a trough at the bottom of this metal thing to collect it, and then pour that. This is a lot of things.
It's possible, though. It's possible. Because you guys definitely have the skills for this, I think.
So if we wax beeswax on something fabric would make it waterproof and theoretically make it skunk butt
Yes.
juice proof.
Yes.
So we really needed something bigger than a skunk, that's scarier than a skunk, made out of that we can wax really good. Oh god, this is so complicated.
Could work.
Yeah. And I also have
Yeah.
a backup. There's a thing called stink bugs. If we cannot get a skunk, we can get stink bugs. That one might be a backup. I don't know if it's as strong as a skunk butt juice, but
But
I don't really
you
know.
can get more of them. I don't know. I mean,
they're
If we
less
don't get enough
threatening.
skunk juice, then we can get some of that to make it more potent, I guess.
Yeah, fortified.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
sounds
what
like
is
a
the
bad
natural
plan.
predator of a skunk?
the natural predator of a skunk? Not a lot. Skunk can basically anything that attacks it to dead to rights, nearly, or at least they wish they were dead to rights.
What about
the only
a bigger
maybe
skunk?
maybe an owl? An
I
owl,
was-
maybe.
Potentially thinking of owl.
That's
Because we
something that
could
we
make...
can do relatively light and easy to carry.
Yeah.
An
Kestrel,
owl thing.
the great horned owl.
Yeah, that could work.
We make an owl out of fabric and scare the skunk.
okay.
Blue-
I kind of
Okay.
that could work. That could work, yeah. Because the Toby says, yeah, that could. I mean, owls. The only reason they're dangerous to skunks is because if it gets the drop on them, then they can't spray. So I think they would be downright terrified of, something like that.
This sounds like a bad plan. Let's do it.
This sounds... Yes. Okay.
I'm sorry. This sounds like a bad plan. Let's do it.
I love it. Please.
No, this sounds like a montage time where we start assembling bamboo and covering in
Yeah.
fake feathers.
This sounds like a complex obstacle, which means you're going to need to roll something like Smith to help build this thing, maybe Survivalist to collect the materials for it, and then some sort of lore mouse or hunter check to try to impersonate an owl. And that'll
Okay.
be a version, probably.
Right. This sounds
But I love
doable if we
this.
break it down into steps.
So if you can break this
Okay.
down into certain checks, certain rolls of the dice with your various skills, this sounds very doable.
All right.
We
so
have a
then
cart.
I will start off
Yeah,
by creating
because Courage has
the
Weaver, so
framework
Yeah.
with
Why
carpenter.
don't you use carpentry? Yeah.
okay,
So we've got to get the frame.
framework.
So we'll use carpenter for that.
Okay, I'm gonna write this down.
Okay, so carpentry.
Carpenter.
It's a big frame for a bulky owl, and you definitely need to get the horn, the evil tips
Yeah.
for the.
I think
for the
if we
owl's
put it-
head.
Okay.
If we load the frame onto the cart, we'll be able to move it around easier.
Well, yeah, I was gonna build it on the back of a cart so it would move.
Cool. Okay.
Because otherwise, yeah, this is gonna work.
Okay, so it might be obstacle. It's probably obstacle 5. What's your carpenter?
Okay.
Yes.
Nope, just doing some math. All right. Anybody helping?
I shall help you with laborer.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I don't know if I have anything to help. I have survivalist that might help.
Gathering materials.
Yeah, I'd say to gather the materials for it, because you already said we needed to get some reeds and wood and stuff like that.
Mm.
Yeah.
This is just the frame, mind you. I think Courage is gonna have to do a weaver check to make the shape.
Yes. I will.
Mousecraft.
Gosh. Mousecraft. World of
Well,
Mousecraft.
Then to do a nature.
worst case scenario, we encounter the skunk, one of us gets hit, and we become the bomb.
Oh,
Oh
no!
my gosh!
We have to
You
jump.
make like an exosuit.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh!
Well, no, see, if we made an exosuit, that would keep all the sunk spell in, and we needed to not be in.
True, very true.
Oh no, I was thinking one of us literally directly getting hit, and then we
Yes.
become the bomb.
Hmm.
That's good. That's 5.
I got a 5. Yep.
Yeah, that's 5.
How many did I need?
Okay.
Oh my god, you already rolled. Okay.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, there it is. So, you give this thing wheels too, because that was a part of your intent.
Yep, we
So
built it in the
this
back of a
is-
cart so that it was, on wheels.
Okay, that's wonderful. It
Okay.
it definitely has the stature, but now it needs the look.
Great. Okay.
Obstacle 5 weaver check. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's fine. So, I've
Don't
weaver
roll
3.
until you're certain.
I won't. I've weaver 3.
Alright, I
Um,
will help with survivalists to gather the materials that you will need.
Okay, that's
You know,
4.
find random feathers and stuff so that it looks as much like an
Ooh.
owl as you possibly can.
For sure. Okay, so that's 4. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'll help you with Tyler by going to mattress stores and pillow stores and collecting a specific feather from fancy owl mattresses. Owl feather mattresses. Owl feather
Are you gonna-
comforters.
I think that's possible. Are you, so
I'm just
do you
pushing it
think
because
you
I
wanna-
have an easier skill.
Oh, really?
I can help with Lore Mouse to make sure that you get this thing looking correct.
Great.
That's
good.
Okay, so
Agreed.
that's 6 so far. I need 5.
Do you want to use a trait
Yes.
to help yourself?
I'll use determined to make that 7.
All right.
Should I? This is really important because if it doesn't look scary, it's not going to spray the skunky stuff, is it?
Maybe you need to give it like reflective eyes and stuff like that. Like,
Okay.
Ooh. Oh, I can help with that. I can help with the insect trace and collect some beetle shells that reflect light.
Okay, that's
that's so
7.
smart.
I
Like
that.
dragonfly wings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
iridescent
Should I
stuff.
add my
Really-
Should I add my nature to it? Is it that important? It is quite important.
Mhm.
I think it might be.
Go for it.
Okay, that's 11 then. So
And I need 5
Actually,
successes.
That
yeah,
sounds
I have
not
to do-
fair.
yeah, I have to do 10 and 1 because of my stupid roll. Oh wow! Yeah, sure, it's okay. We got it.
3, 4, 5. Just barely.
Just
Ooh.
there.
Oh, 6 was in there, so you could have rerolled if you needed to.
Yeah.
Could have re-rolled a few. Okay.
Gotta reroll
So-
a few. Okay, we have it.
I'm going to say like this construction is going to take a day,
Okay.
and getting a big enough like suit on this thing is going to take that latter half of the day.
Okay.
And then it is a matter of finding the skunk and pushing this thing all the way out there. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have Toby roll his hunter check to find the skunk. Meanwhile, you guys have to push this thing without tiring yourselves out. So,
Okay.
I need health checks from each of you. Obstacle 4.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
alright.
Toby. He's going to roll first 5 and then 2 more.
Oh, go Toby. God damn.
Yes, Toby.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn, Toby, what the fuck? And I have to roll for the skunk.
Health checks obstacle 4.
Okay. Should we roll those now?
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Oh, Toby just barely
Ooh.
beats the skunk.
Oh my god,
Yes.
Toby, you're the
Barely.
best.
Okay. So
Freaking
Toby's going to find the skunk, no problem. It's waddlingly in a stubborn fashion somewhere south of Lockhaven. And he tells you this and that it's going to be difficult to get the Owl Gundam over there because because it goes
Stand.
over some rough terrain. So each of you needs to make an obstacle 4 health check,
Okay.
while I rush quickly to refill my coffees and go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
That's fine. Oh no.
Oh,
Oh my
courage.
gosh. I'm gonna be hungry, thirsty, tired, and I've tapped my nature. Why does this happen always to me? Oh gosh.
Elf, close.
Oh no.
Me?
I didn't make it
Nope.
either.
Gosh.
Nope. And we were all already hungry and thirsty, so we're gonna be hungrier and thirstier. What are we gonna get?
Fighting.
We're gonna
Kira.
get tired.
Save us. Oh no. Oh wait. Oh.
I can re-roll the sixes. I can make them explode.
You need to obstacles 5, so you need to get 2 successes out of those 6s. Obstacle 4 it was?
No, if it's a I thought it was an obstacle 4.
Yeah, obstacle
Yeah,
4,
it
yeah, I
was.
made a mistake.
Yeah,
So you can
I
re-roll
only
those with a point. Hey, you did
I
it!
did it. Ow, shit. Ow.
All right, let's see how you guys did.
We're all
Ooh.
tired except Kira.
Yep, we all failed.
That's
Except for
rough,
Kira.
guys. So that's actually correct. All of you are going to be tired. So
No.
Kira, you're clear of all conditions. Everybody else, you are hungry and thirsty, and you're also tired from the
I'm
first
just
few
saying,
rolls of
I
this.
think I'm foreseeing who's going to end up on the back of this bat.
I also am having some strong inclinations towards a certain character. Writing this bat into battle.
You better start
Into
making friends with
battle.
Spook. Battle!
Battle.
Oh boy. Here's what happens. You leave Lockhaven and march through the rough terrain, pulling and pushing this titanic figure covered in feathers and dark, dazzling tapestries that have been crafted by Courage. And thanks to the sturdy wheels that Kiara has fitted to the bottom of it, you are able to make your way to the area that Toby informed you was where the skunk was. Toby is moving ahead of you just to sort of make sure you don't run into any other animals or creatures that might ruin this. He rushes through the thrush of this wild area that's off-road, hissing and whispering, saying, "Oh, it's right over that hill over there."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Okay, so we need to start getting its attention, I guess. We can actually roll it down the hill, I think, but we'll still have to. I don't know.
Shall we make like hoot hoot noises?
Yeah. Yeah.
that
I
a
need
good
somebody to
idea?
roll. I need somebody to roll Lore Mouse
I don't know.
to impersonate a owl versus the skunk check
Yes.
in order to audibly threaten it.
Okay then. I think I'm the lore mouse person. Do we have any other lore mice? Because this is not a Moira good Moira task.
But here's the thing: anybody can roll it with beginner's luck, which is half your will.
No, I've got a 2. I'm gonna do
Is
it.
it rounded up or down?
Round it up.
So then, yeah, I think we'd all be at a 2. So
Yeah.
Oh well, somebody else do it then.
Oh, somebody else do it, and then they can get the helping dice from Moira.
Then I can help. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Right,
good.
that's right.
So,
okay.
That's clever.
so Will or Kira maybe, because none of us, we all have.
Yeah, I think
Stuff.
if anybody's going to engage,
You're all hard.
it should be Kira, because Kira can do it, can handle it.
So what am I rolling? I'm rolling a lore.
Because
mouse.
Kira can handle it. I like it.
Do you want to use any traits as well to help yourself?
Okay, so what is it precisely that we're trying to do? Because my traits are
We're
steady paw
trying-
and natural bearings, and I'm trying to figure out if either of them would apply.
Natural bearings. It might. I think either of those could work because you need to move it down the path slow enough so that the skunk notices it, and also you kind of have to be aware of like setting up this like fake owl attack with your natural bearing. So you might have to like be like, oh well, the sun's at this position, so it would be much better if we went at this angle. Or steady paw, which is like you're just kept making sure that it doesn't tip over on its way towards the skunk and tumble down the hill.
We'll use natural bearings now and save steady paw for actually dropping the skunk butt juice on the bear's face.
Yeah.
Impressive. Impressive. All right. All right. Well, I got 3 successes, I believe.
All right, so I've got 3.
Oh, no.
Bear's helping,
Oh, no,
That's
no.
4. No, I haven't rolled yet.
Okay,
does
okay.
anybody
I
else
accidentally rolled
help?
twice.
Okay.
Did you add wings to this, by the way?
Yes, of
Well,
course,
I
because
mean, they're not
weaving.
working wings, but they're like
Hey.
outspread.
Yeah.
It's like a
Hang on.
rock'em sock'em robot owl.
Should we
Kinda.
should we just in preparation place our canister beneath the owl?
Well, I mean, I figure it's in the cart, and we.
As I
the
understood
thing is
it,
at the bottom
you
of the
guys
cart.
wanted to get the spray, and you wanted to
Yeah,
get
that's
like a material that would not absorb it too much, that you would be able to like sort of
Yeah.
like harvest and scrape it
yeah,
into
yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
trough,
Yes, yeah. That's
which
that's
is at the
good.
bottom
Okay.
of the.
which is why I made all of your rolls like obstacle 5 and obstacle 6.
Sweet.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4 is. So I'm obstacle 3.
Obstacle. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because my first roll was the skunk's roll.
Gotcha. All right.
I can help with Scout or Pathfinder as you're pushing down the thing.
I can help with floor
Yeah.
mouse. Floor mouse.
I
I'll
think
help you
Pathfinder Pathfinder and Scout, because you're looking out for rocks that could like make this whole intimidation display suddenly
Yeah.
very silly.
Yeah.
And of
I'll-
course Moira to make the right vocal sounds for the owl. And Courage,
I'll
how are
also
you
help with-
helping?
I had 2 ideas, either Pathfinder or Persuader, where I could be like, "Oh my gosh, an owl!" Ah!
Actually, I think labor just help me not
Laborer. Yeah.
break this thing is probably.
I shall help you with
Laborer.
Laborer.
All right, here we go. Crossing your fingers. That's 3.
Three! Yeah!
Okay. Yara,
I'm
you
excited.
can do one of 2 things. You can either spend a fate point and reroll that 6, or you could break the tie in my favor and get 2 checks for the player's turn. There will be there will be. You're going to get your intent. At the end of this roll, you're going to get what you need.
Okay.
But I will say you will be. Okay, I'm just going to be open and out front with this decision, because you can get 2 checks for the player's turn, which could be very vital, because the next session is going to be bear stuff.
Cool.
But if you take my bargain and get those 2 players checks, you will the owl will not be the only thing that is sprayed. I'll just leave it at that.
But we do have these nice waterproof skunk juice-proof cloaks now.
Well, that right. Not to be like super morbid, but that could also be good because if this fails, we
Well, at least have those.
one of us.
Because here's the thing, you guys have a lot of conditions right now, and more checks to get rid of those will help.
True. Yeah, sure.
Woo!
Yeah. I would say that the 2-player checks would be beneficial for the setup for the next session. And also, if someone's going to get hit, it cannot be you, because if you are the one that's in the better condition, Kiara is in the better condition to ride the bat into battle, then you cannot smell like stuff.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the scene started. Toby alerts all of you. Skunk's right over this hill. We got to move it slowly up and then bring it down the hill. And then we'll make vocalizations in order to get its attention. Now, he makes a note. When it gets on its hands, its front paws, that's when we gotta duck and cover, because it's gonna spray. That's its last effort to scare us. Then we charge.
Charge! Yeah.
And he says, all right, let's go. And Kara, you and Moira are sort of trying to figure out the voice. Like, is it going to be like a whoo, or is it a whoo? And go ahead and tell me how it goes as you descend down the hill, Kiara.
Dun, dun, dun.
So Kiara is kind of like guiding this thing like a really bad chariot. As it goes, yeah, it's not awkward at all. As it goes, kind of bumbling down the hill, and she's kind of steering it as best she can from her spot, like at the base of it, and kind of keeping an eye on what's going on and everything. The skunk, of course, is going to see it, and it's gonna aim, and at the last second, she's gonna like pull the cloak over her head.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Takes the bulk of the spray.
Yeah, so here's how that plays out. The skunk, as the owl gets closer and it lets out this whoo, and its wings go. All of you see this immense creature with black, long fur and a startling white stripe coursing down its back all the way up to the tip of its tail. It suddenly jolts and begins to sidestep away from this apparent owl that begins to descend upon it. And see it begins to make this sort of a gnashing sound as it rises up on its hind legs, raising its tail high into the air. And you keep pushing the cart. And then it swivels its body around, aiming and releasing a hiss. And you see this horrid, like, mist just envelop the owl. And Chobi lets out a cheer and says, okay, now we gotta run. And to his dismay, the skunk steps around the owl, dodging it completely, and sprays again, catching Courage and Heathcliff fully.
Covering you guys.
Oh my gosh, you're not going to make us sick as well, are you?
Yep.
And you are now sick.
That's right. Hang on a second. I'm hungry and thirsty, tired, sick, and I've tapped my nature. What is my life right now? Okay, cool.
Life of a mouse.
Sounds like
Of
the IRL,
tomatoes,
to be
if
honest
you're
with
lucky.
Moira, I think because you were sort of helping Kiara, you might be like inside the owl, or you may just be like off to the
Yeah,
side.
I'm advising, obviously.
are-
I'm totally
It
fine.
was making me
Totally fine.
No.
Yeah.
Have
Ooh.
okay. So Heathcliff and Courage, and to the players yourselves, have you ever been sprayed by a skunk?
No.
No.
Okay, it is quite possibly one of the most horrific sensations to ever occur to your body. Your nostrils, here's how it works out. The skunk spray is a literal mist. It is as though someone just sprayed you twice, right directly in the face without telling you. And you feel this sticky substance clinging to your fur. Thankfully, the owl also catches the brunt of this, and you see that the first spray was a little chunky. Of this like this sulfurous yellow goop, and the second one was much more mist-like, and you catch the brunt of that. And you hit the ground. You are blinded. Your eyes are searing with pain. Your nostrils are struggling to find breath because every single instant of air is clouded and caked with this horrid taste and smell that brings you to your knees. And Toby turns to you, Kiara. He looks a little panicked. And at this point, I think we're going to have one last check before we go to the player's turn, because he says, okay, it should run. It should run.
Oh, okay.
And it's not running,
No.
Kiara. It's circling the owl structure. And now you need to come up with a plan to get rid of it, as your two friends are on the ground in agony.
Oh my gosh.
Well, so the good thing is,
And the skunk is coming to inspect.
Skunk butt use.
Yeah.
Yeah. So skunks don't have an unlimited amount of skunk butt juice. It's kind of like it takes it a while to rebuild, so it's not going to spray again.
Two sprays. That's significant. Yeah.
So I'm gonna like come scurrying down and brandish a weapon at it and hope that they can.
Make a fighter check. Fighter or hunter?
Let's go.
Toby will help as well.
Crap for hunter.
George and I are incapacitated, so we can't help.
Yep.
You guys cannot help. 1, 2, 3 for the skunk.
I don't know how I can assist here.
I have an idea.
Do you have a weapon?
No. No, I do actually. I have a staff, but Moira doesn't do violence. So it's even in this kind of situation, she's basically useless.
You can stand there and yell something scary.
Can Courage?
That is what I'll do.
You're gonna be a rabid mouse.
Ah! Guys, make owl noises. Make it go away. Like trying to.
Hello, mouse.
Have you guys heard a barn owl screech? Do you want to?
Yes.
I get the feeling you could try to make that sound. It's ear piercing. Don't look it up.
All right. I can definitely try.
Kiara.
Yeah.
So you will be leading this role.
Yep.
yeah,
So we're up to 5. So yeah, I'm just like yelling crazily and trying to make this barn owl screech that I'm hearing my friend Moira here make as I'm firing tiny little arrows at this critter, and yeah, we'll see how that goes.
All right.
Two,
Okay.
but one of them is a, so we'll do
A 6. So you can try to re-roll that. With a fate point. Otherwise, you're going to fail.
ha!
Okay, we're tied again. We're tied again. So here's what's going to happen next. You could roll your health, and we can do a tiebreaker roll, or you can break it in the GM's favor again for 2 more players' turn checks.
Oh, dude.
We're gonna get all the players' turn checks, but then we're all gonna be dead. So, you know.
Or maybe Toby will be hit and not us.
I mean, also possible.
Is anyone willing to sacrifice themselves for this cause? I don't know if we are.
That's not quite incentive enough to risk my friends' lives. You know, risking them getting them sprayed with skunk and butt juice is one thing. You're risking them dying is something different. So we're not gonna do that.
All right, then let's roll again.
Roll health. You said.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Oh my god, damn.
no!
That's really good. That's really good. Okay. Ha.
Skunk is mad. You remember, you can use your traits or spend persona points on this. I think you can spend up to 3 persona points to get 3 extra dice.
Yeah. Did I spend my nature?
What is your nature, by the way?
I've got a nature of 4.
4. That's 4 dice. What's your health?
5. Alright, let's do 2 of my last 3 persona points. So that would give me 7.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Got it. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Only one
That's
of
a
us
rough-
needs to make it out of this, guys.
The campaign shall end here.
Yes, we shall
Only
all
one of us
die and
need-
be eaten by a skunk.
The year of the skunk.
I'll play
The year of the
first.
skunk is ready.
Someone can play Toby.
All
Someone
right.
can play Samson.
All right. So here's the scene.
Oh
Toby,
gosh. Oh,
Kiara,
no.
and Moira rush out of the safety of the owl structure to intervene as the skunk begins to circle around Heathcliff and Courage, who are writhing on the ground,
My gosh.
literally gasping for breath. Your lungs aflame. Kiara, you loose several arrows in a desperate frenzy as Toby draws his blade and charges. Moira, you begin screaming and yelling and shrieking in your owl voice to try to like
That I do
spook-
indeed.
Oh my gosh.
And in the scuffle,
Oh.
as Toby begins to swing at this thing's jaws. It tries to spray you guys again, but again, it's running on empty. Only a small jet completely misses you guys because you're so tiny. And as I imagine it, you're fighting a very large creature in the midst of your fallen comrades who are blind. They don't know what's going on.
Oh, good.
So I think what would happen is the skunk is going to, in this struggle, step on and beat up Courage and Heathcliff.
Yay!
As it tries to get a meal out of this.
Oh my gosh.
In this intervening struggle, Toby will take the brunt of it. But Heathcliff and Courage, you will be injured now.
Sure, Parliament.
And because Toby is in the midst of it, it is likely he's going to be in this struggle trying to wield his sword at an effective range against this creature. He's going to be slapped around, quite literally. Kiara, your arrows are just like sinking into its fur and disappearing in the fluff. Like you don't even know if they're going as deep as you need them to go. And Toby sort of rushes forward and buries the blade to the hilt in the scruff of its neck. And with one twist of its head, it sort of curls the corner of its jaw around his neck and bites down hard, and you hear this horrendous snap.
Bye, Toby. Oh.
And the skunk lifts its head and starts chewing very rapidly and aggressively, waddling away as you finally are able to get a good enough shot towards its face to drive it off in this instance.
All right.
Ah! Oh my gosh! This is the worst ever! Nothing has ever felt worse than this! Ah!
Are you okay?
No!
No,
I wish
you're
you guys
not.
could see my face right now.
No, you're not okay.
So,
So
hungry,
yeah,
thirsty, tired, sick, injured.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Hungry and thirsty too.
Yeah, she said those first.
Ah!
We work on getting our injured friends loaded into the cart.
Ah! It's fine. I'll be fine.
Scrape down the owl thing and collect all the goo and put it in the container that we had prepared for it. And then leave said large owl thing here because we don't really need it anymore. And taking it back would just like be a pain in the ass. And then yeah, we start hauling the cart with the goo and our buddies back towards town.
All right. And it's now the player's turn.
Oh, I wonder what I'm gonna do.
Everyone has one check, and there are two extra ones.
Time to heal my friends of their injuries. That's what I'm gonna do.
It's going to cost one check per player.
Per player? I can't just do them both? Oh, well, that sucks.
Wait. I've done that before. I've increased the obstacle before. So how about we just do... Are you going to get rid of sick or the injury first?
I'm trying to make sure they're not hurt. Yeah, injuries.
Okay. The injury is obstacle 4. If you want to do both of them, it's going to be obstacle 5. That's how I'll run with it.
Okay, well, I can't succeed obstacle 5. So.
Do you want to spend persona points?
Oh wait, no, I can't actually succeed obstacle 5 because I should have leveled up my healer. So it's level 5 now.
Oh,
I was just looking at my checks. So let's just do that. I'm gonna try and do that.
All right.
I'm also
by the way, in Mouse Guard, if you get all conditions on your character sheet, except for healthy, your character dies.
Yeah.
Wait, what are all the conditions?
Hungry and thirsty, angry, injured, and sick.
You
Wait,
don't have angry.
Yep.
Heathcliff,
don't
are you
have
still
angry.
angry? Oh,
Heathcliff,
thank
are you
God.
angry?
No. No, I'm
No.
a peaceful
No.
weird mouse.
You're fine. It's all good.
I remember. First, like,
Uh-huh.
4 sessions, you were like, I won't get rid of angry.
I am
think it's
gonna
part of
work
my character.
through. I am gonna work through the night with my nocturnal trait, and try and make sure my friends are okay. That's my plan.
Okay.
So the trait adds what, like extra dice? I'm terrible
1.
at this.
Gives
One extra
1
dice.
dice.
Okay. All right, cool. Let's see if I can do a 66 success on a 5 check. Here we go.
Please.
Oh
5,
my.
5, 5, 4. That's 4. Damn it! So
Can
It's
you
your
re-roll
trait,
your
right?
failures with a... Can you
With a
re-roll your
very
Poison's
did
wise or
those.
something?
I already did that once
Take
this
one.
turn.
Oh yeah.
I have Poison's Wise, which I guess would apply to the stink, but probably not the injuries.
This is for the injury, right?
Yes.
Okay, here's what happens.
Oh,
If the
yeah.
healer fails their check, the injury condition is removed. However, the injury permanently reduces 1 ability or skill.
Can
Okay.
I
Of the
help
GM's
with the healer check out of curiosity?
Of the G...
You can.
Oh yeah, I wasn't
can
sure
have
if you could have. So.
Yeah,
All right.
Kiara healer. So
Should we roll one
die.
extra die? Yeah, and just see.
Roll just 1, and we'll see.
Nope.
Worth a
Sorry,
shot.
friends. I got rid of your injuries, but now you're gonna be hurt for something. I don't know.
For something. Let's see.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So you're no longer injured. You're going to courage. You
Take my health
no, I'm
one.
not going to hit. Oh yeah, your health is going to go down by 1. Courage.
Oh, thank God, that's it. That's fine. That's okay. I'm still at 5
Heathcliff.
then.
What are your highest skills? Just
I'm
go ahead and
looking
list
at
them up.
what could be useful, good to lose. My highest ones are Weather Watcher, Pathfinder, Insectrist, Fighter, and Apiarist. I would say, with how much I've used Insectrist, it would be thematic to lose Insectrist 1 point because the injury to my jaw, I can't make the insect sounds.
So
as
good. You
good.
can't make the insect sounds. Okay, yeah.
Gosh.
I think that's good. Like you got stepped on in a really wrong fashion.
Yeah, my
under the
voice
stuff.
just doesn't make the noises anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Not as
Sorry,
good.
Okay, so
friend.
let's bring Insectress down by 1.
No, it's cool. This is
And-
very thematic, and I like it.
Yeah, agreed. Do you want to do Sick next?
Sure.
Moira, because you can still do that. And it'll be just obstacle 4 because injured
That
was
was
hard.
that was my 1 player turn move, right?
Yeah, but we have 2 extra ones.
Oh,
If we
everybody
wanna
has-
use the-
And then there's 2 communal ones, because remember, Kiara broke it in my favor.
Communal.
do you want me to keep doing healer checks, friends? I mean,
I'm fine with
We gotta get rid of the
this comes-
conditions.
Because if you guys go back to Lockhaven, you're bringing 2 mice back that are like stinking. And by the way,
Right.
this is the worst you have ever felt in your life.
I think it might be a good idea to get rid of sick. at
well,
least.
I will do another healer check with Poison's Wise because hey, I'm Poison's Wise.
and I will assist, so you've got an extra die to me.
Cool. I'm gonna roll that to get rid of sick. Come on! Oh my god, my dice are just not with me today. I'm
No.
gonna reroll the 6s with a fate point.
All right, you need to get 2 more successes.
Indeed.
Come on.
Hey!
Oh my god!
Yes.
Nailed it!
Yes.
Oh, Moira MVP
Okay.
and Workhorse and all the
So-
things.
So
Well, we just have to get rid of
here's-
these conditions, otherwise they'll be useless, so...
Yeah.
Those conditions, because sick and injured gives you -2 to all your checks because you have both of them. So I was going to, by the way, if this failed, I was going to give both of you shaved as a trait.
No! Mother!
So,
My good fur!
Good on Moira for coming through.
Thank you.
So tell me what this. So, what is this recovery? Because you guys have basically like 2 days before you need to leave for the battle. So these 2 days are going to be like the interval of rest.
I can just go home.
And it's a
I'll just
miserable
go
time
home.
for Heathcliff and Courage.
I
Yup.
guess we find whatever the equivalent of tomato juice is.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Actually, doesn't
find.
I mean, like I said, I
Okay.
have poisons wise, so it's you know,
Yeah.
it's about neutralizing the stink.
Yeah, it's like a mixture of hydrogen chlor something, and various other chemicals.
yes.
I'm so glad we knew
Yeah.
it.
I did a lot of skunk
Let's take some
research,
science.
motherfuckers.
Add it to some science and then rub science all over us.
Yeah.
Basically, yes. We just need to make the science liquid to get
Ah,
this
yes.
through.
We need the
yes.
science liquid to find a solution. But
Oh man, you do maybe have to get some trimmings here and there because there's something a little bit thicker, sort of
Ew.
bunched up into your fur. But I think over the next 2 days, the smell is going to be reduced thoroughly. You're still going to have this horrid musk sort of clinging around you. If another mouse is too close to you, they're going to like that. But
Mm.
it's really bad.
When Moira
how
gets
my-
the science down, you're gonna find Heathcliff in a tomato patch, curled inside a hollowed out tomato with my
Yeah.
snout out. I this
Yeah.
is supposed to help.
I'm in my house.
So with mine,
All right.
I'm gonna work on making sure they get fed so that they're no longer hungry and thirsty.
Oh yeah, do we have Courage and I have our own player checks? Now that we
Yep,
are,
you do.
so we can take care of our own hungry and thirsty, so that you have your own check to do something for the bear
Yeah,
if you need to.
because I
If you
can
want
put
to.
up with being tired.
Mm.
Just
Well,
one
I mean, if we're not
condition.
gonna do the bear till next session anyway,
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You can prepare. You can prepare. That's-
My thought is everybody get rid of as many conditions as you can, because having conditions
Okay.
makes us roll worse, which makes everything harder, which makes everything worse.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and then I wouldn't mind if you made me less hungry and less thirsty.
Yeah,
that's
because
what I
if
think.
you're-
I think if we can use the extra and mine to make you less hungry and thirsty, and then you can use yours to make you less tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, from what I imagine, Courage and Heathcliff will use their players' turn checks to get rid of their tired,
Yeah.
and then Kiara is going to get rid of everybody's hungry and thirsty with a check.
Correct.
Yeah.
What sort of check are you going to do, Kiara?
Survivalist to gather food and stuff to make sure they get fed.
Okay. Well, we'll have it be obstacle 3, survivalist.
Can we help now in these players' checks now that we're capacitated again?
Yes. Now that you are no longer in a haze of miasma.
Hey, guess what I'm going to help with?
Laborers.
Oh!
Kiara,
I will
do you
carry
have this-
everything.
This stinky youth just hobbling behind you, going, "I can help."
I can help. I can help you.
Anybody
I'll help
else?
the survivalist by retroactively finding the wild tomato patch that I hollowed out one. There's more tomatoes. We can eat tomatoes.
I also have survivalist.
Alright, so that's 6. Hey, look at that. That's 4.
Yay! Good.
Hungry and thirsty, removed from everybody. What sort of good mouse eats do you get for your friends?
I make them a lovely acorn stew that's redolent with herbs and tomato and berry for dessert, and
Oh my
make
God.
sure they are all nice and plump by the time we're done.
That's so wholesome.
Yum. All
I
right.
love it. Thank you.
There's actually a I think it's called Redwall Feasts account.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the Redwall Feast.
I've read that. I need to.
It just like
I need to order
tweaks
it.
all of the. Okay, here we go. A smidgen of fruit and honey cake, a pawpaw of green gages, a swig of dandelion and rosehip tea, a beaker full of elderberry and rosehip cordial, some of the toasted chestnuts, lots of cheese and celery dip, and an extra large
Yes.
serving of potato and mushroom turnovers.
Yes, I want it. I don't know what it is. I just want it so bad.
Delicious. All right, we have so Emma and Guillermo. We need a obstacle 3 health check to get rid of this tiredness that you are struck with.
Okay, we can't help ourselves, can we?
Nope.
Oh,
Feel good
I
about
shall-
taking down your health.
Yeah, bye 6. Hello 5. Oh. I will re-roll my failures and spend a fate point.
Only one if you spend a fate point.
I only have 4 fate points. I feel like I might need it later in the game. Can I try again if I fail again?
No.
Oh.
If you
All
fail
right.
if you fail this recovery check, the tired stays until the next GM's turn.
Iconic. I'll roll 2 fate points to re-roll 2 failures. Oh!
Hey!
Okay.
All right. There you
That
go.
was the weirdest noise I've ever made, but yes, that's it.
It's fine. It was fine. Well played. All right.
Okay.
Fine
And
play.
I'm gonna roll my health now, plus 1 extra die because I burn a persona point. 3 successes.
Yeah.
3.
All right. So you will not be tired for the pivotal session that will
We
happen.
have super mousy regeneration abilities. We are Wolverine. We're Mouserine. We
Yeah.
can do this.
We are
These 2 days are going to be filled with much rest and much caution.
Thundermouth. So much.
All right.
But we
Well
did it.
then.
We did the thing.
All right.
There's
so
that. We have one final
Yeah.
final check. Yeah.
Ah. Should
Whoever's going to be piloting the bat thing should be free of all conditions.
Now I am free of all conditions.
I think we're all free
Kiara.
of condition.
You have.
I am unconditional.
I mean,
But
I'm
I
not
think
free of
that
all
Kiara-
conditions. I am still tired and still hungry and thirsty. So,
Oh.
because I spent my checks to make you well. So
Then we should make Moira. We should get rid of one of Moira's.
Yep.
Conditions.
No, we use ours to get rid of tired.
We have one more.
Yeah, we have one more communal one.
Oh yeah.
So you
Yeah,
shouldn't have
communal.
hungry and thirsty anymore. That should already been gotten rid of.
Oh, should I have already gotten rid of that? Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I,
so
I did it for
we
everybody.
can
Yeah, hungry and thirsty
Oh,
is
all right,
gone.
that was for everybody. I thought you were doing like specific.
Nope, that was for everybody.
Oh,
Okay. Cool. So I'm just tired. It's cool.
Okay,
I can.
Then
I can.
spend the extra
It's
one and
true.
make yourself.
I will
more
use the
tired.
communal one to take a nap.
There you
Yeah. That's fine.
This is
Very
the time where
well,
Moira just passes out,
obstacle-
and all of us come around and put a blanket on, and then put
Yeah.
something else
Yeah.
on.
Not
Just
the
make
safety
a
plan.
make a obstacle 3 health check, Moira.
can do it.
Come on, Moira, you can do it. Put a little pose to it.
Yes! That's so good.
That is a nap if I've ever seen one.
You like coffee
Welcome,
nap.
Amber.
Like you take you drink it, you power it down.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the end of my caffeine high, just crash nap. That's what it is.
Perfection. Well played. Well played. All right.
Whew.
And that's all the checks.
Yep.
Well, dang. What now?
Well,
So now we
Is
have,
there anything-
we have a bat. We have a hanging
You
thing.
have a bat. Scoop.
We have the payload.
Yep.
We are as healthy as we're going to be. We're a little bit stinky. We spent pretty much, if this was a movie, we spent all the time while we're in a house, secluded. Everybody else is preparing for war. And now we're
this is
getting
our
ready
like
to...
Rocky training montage, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're punching a wheel of
I feel like
cheese.
practicing the lever mechanisms and stuff. And making sure
Excellent.
everything is a well-oiled machine, literally.
With Oh, what was that, Emma?
I was gonna say, is there any way that we could make sure that it was all assembled? Or would that be something to wait until the next game for? Like it was everything's
That
ready
will
to
be
go.
something we'll do at the beginning of the next game,
That's fine.
which will begin
Okay.
the GM's turn. And
Wait.
as that day arrives, you understand that it is a day where many lives will be hanging in the balance as you prepare Spook the Bat for this treacherous journey to Lone Pine, where the pivotal battle of the Protectorate of the Territories begins to marshal their forces in hopes to defeat the bear. The big question is whether you can put a stop to this battle before it begins. We'll have to wait and see until next week how the Year of the Bear will end. And I think we'll go ahead and start our outros. And we'll talk a little bit about Mouth Guard.
About rewards.
Yeah, rewards.
Yeah. Oh my God! By the way, oh my God, I forget to give you guys your goal, and I forget to do rewards. Gosh darn.
We did
So-
not forget the
Okay.
rewards this time because we're going to need them for next time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think some of you are tapped out.
Close.
Yeah.
So here's for fate points. Fate points, if you acted on your belief, go ahead and get one. If you acted on your instinct, go ahead and get one as well. But I really want to get to goals because I feel everybody really had a good goal this session. And I want to get an idea on... Everybody say your goals again. Let's just double check.
My
Because I
goal
think
was get
One
some skunk.
skunk butt juice without getting sprayed. And I did not get sprayed.
Valid point. You did not get sprayed.
My goal was to not hurt the skunk.
That
You did not
skunk.
hurt the skunk.
It was not injured by this your
So technically we're good.
By
Yeah.
Moira, it was not injured at all. No.
by Moira. No, maybe that
Oh.
does that.
Okay,
I could
that
be
does
a meme.
count.
Yeah,
That does count. I'm not
I
gonna.
could be a
I'm not
meme
gonna.
DM and say you can
No,
get a fate point though if you worked towards it. You definitely had an instance where you weren't actively attacking it. So I think if you feel like I'm
not gonna take it.
You're not gonna take the persona point.
Nope.
All right, then make sure you get a fate
Skunk
point
was
because
not-
yeah, make sure you get the fate point at least. Emma, how did courage do?
My goal was literally 4 words: get some skunk juice, and in more than one way we did achieve this. So I think I'm okay.
I think
It was fairly hefty.
out of all the players, you definitely accomplished your goal.
They got some skunk
yeah.
juice.
Persona point to you. Heathcliff, what was your goal?
No skunks were injured in the making of this skunk juice TM. So they were injured. They weren't severely injured, but they were.
They weren't severely injured, but they were
They
scruffed
were
up.
arrows. They were.
It's going to be picking arrows out of its hide for a little while.
Yeah. I did not injure it myself because I was screwed up with its juice.
Yeah. So go ahead and have a fate point, because you did not accomplish your goal, but you definitely worked towards it.
I worked towards it by being incapacitated, which works for me.
It's one way to get around it. And we come to the MVP. Who do we feel deserves that MVP for everybody?
Moira,
Moira.
take it.
Yeah.
Take it, please.
Yeah.
Dang. And who deserves the Workhorse Award?
I think it would be
I
Kira.
mean, Kira as
Kira,
well, I
yeah.
think, for sure.
I agree.
I think embodiment should go to Heathcliff, because the amount of times you pulled out all those insects, all that insect stuff, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
I'm so
Also,
shook.
the way you incorporated your personal permanent loss after the injury.
Yeah, that was insane. That was really good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it was a
So
clever
that's a
way.
Persona point.
Yes, indeed. And with that, I think we're all set for next week's session. Hopefully. We can start doing outros if you like, or I don't know. What do you guys this has been a long game. What do you guys feel about Mouse Guard, and what do you feel about your characters so far? Kara, because I think for most of you, this has been your first time with Mouse Guard, right?
Yeah.
I think I didn't keep track of everything accurately enough, because I'm pretty sure I probably should have upgraded.
Yeah, like
leveled
leveled
on
up
these
when you
skills by
didn't
now.
and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I didn't know what it took to level up a thing, kind of thing. So I didn't keep track of it for the first probably.
To be fair, we've had a few sessions where we didn't have all of our players, so a few delays here and there too. So I feel like that's natural.
Yeah, but like I know by now I probably have made enough survivalist checks to level up, and I just didn't know I was even supposed to be tracking how many times I was making a check. So just little things like that. Now that I know, kind of thing, it'll be smoother for going forward.
Agreed. And how about the rest of you?
I really like it. I really like it, I think.
Moira's been fun.
Yeah. I've enjoyed Courage so much.
It's really nice to see a game where characters like Courage and Moira can like exist in the same time frame.
Yeah. There's a special dimension where the worlds collide, and these two entities can be brought into existence, and it's called Mouse Guard.
Oh, Mouse Guard.
I did change
called
my
Mouse Guard.
instinct.
What did you change it to?
Yeah, because I changed it to speak up because these guys are crazy.
That's fairly
Actually, yeah. Did anybody else want to change their belief or instinct, or is everybody where they feel their character should be?
I'm good.
I think I'm good. I mean, I chose
Feels good to me.
A solid little mouse.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Right.
I would have liked it if at one point we could have achieved the bee chariot, but you can't win them all.
It will live in our dreams and someone's nightmare.
One thing we did achieve, at some point someone said owl chariot racing in this game, and if I recall, about like the third session in, I'd said a lore mouse thing about owl chariots, and it just,
We just
it
made
just
an
gave
owl
me a little
chariot.
moment. It just gave me a moment. It does exist in the world.
Legends of the Guard
I like it.
Lies comes through yet again. All right, I think we'll go ahead and begin our departure. Kira, would you like to tell us who you are and where we can find more of your shenanigans?
Hi, I'm Misha B. I'm online on Twitter at BGGameworks, or you can find my website, blackpearlgameworks.com. I'm a designer, I'm an advocate, I'm a mom, I'm a GM, I'm a player. That's what I do.
Excellent. Guillermo, would you like to inform us on where you are, how we can follow you, and what other fun things you do?
I am Guillermo. I am Will_Knight3 on Twitter. Getting closer to Knights 1 and 2, but they're squirrely little bastards. I talk about D&D when I talk about anything. When I'm not talking about D&D, I probably don't talk about anything. On Twitter, anyway.
Oh.
That's all I do, and that's what I'm allowed to say at this point. Yes? Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Actually, I see you make updates on your Twitter about, I think it's like adventures or little side quests that you can bring into your campaign.
Plot hooks and random stuff that I see something on TV and I think, oh, I can D&D that, and then I tweet it.
I like that.
And I get it out of my head, because otherwise it just drives me crazy.
It festers.
I know what you mean.
Like,
yeah.
Emma, tell us more about what other means there are.
Hello. Yes, other means to find me are via Twitter, which is just Emma, AEMA_Emma. You know what's been funny is I'm pointing around and talking my hands. You can't see me because I'm frozen. I tweet about D&D, gaming, nerd stuff, but I also do character art and illustrations. I'm freelance at the moment, trying to balance that with being a student, which is difficult but not impossible, I have found. So if you're interested in having your characters come to life, or if you just want to check out some of my work, you can go on my Twitter, and that's it. Woo! I love this game.
Woo!
It's great.
Indeed.
Indeed.
And Elf, give us the Indeedarono of what. Give us your deeds. Give us your deeds.
Okay. I am Distracted Elf. You can find me at twitch.tv/DistractedElf or on Twitter at DistractedElf. I do a lot of tabletop stuff and role-playing stuff. If you want to see more stuff from me today, in 2 hours, I'll be on twitch.tv/DND playing Dungeon of the Mad Mage with my usual group. So come on by.
You got to level 2 of the dungeon, right?
Not yet. I don't think.
Not yet?
I think we're still on level 1.
Okay. That's all I'll say. And, oh gosh, it is I am the mouse master of this game, and I also do some other things. Later tonight, I'll be playing in the campaign known as, oh god, I don't even know it. I forgot it. Oh no. The Liberation of Joff, which is a Greyhawk campaign. Oh my gosh. And it is a 5e campaign. I never get to play anymore, and I finally got to for a few games. Oh my god, I have it's so satisfying to be a dungeon master, but it is just as satisfying to play one of the several characters that just bubble and froth. Like Guillermo, I feel like your Twitter is a good release, but when it's a character rather than just a simple tiny plot hook, it just it festers. You need to get it out. And I'm finally able to get this particular character out. It's so much fun. I'm also making a Animorphs campaign. No, Animorphs game. It's a hack of Blades in the Dark, and you can read the preliminary release on my Twitter. It is the pinned tweet, and I'll be releasing a full-on, I guess a beta play test. Is that it, or is it alpha? Beta, the Omega, I don't know. It's just a game, and I know, thank you. And it's going to be fantastic because Blades in the Dark and John Harper are tremendous. So go ahead and come over there if you'd like to discover more. And in the meantime, stick around in Encounter RP for the future shows that are going to be dropping in here and there. I believe. Lindy, do we have another game coming up? Because I believe we have Warhammer today as well. Oof. And I also think Will is also on that Encounter RP Twitter telling everybody about the new season coming up. There's lots of opportunities for some of you viewers to jump in as players or dungeon masters, I think. I think he has a tweet there if you'd like to give that a shot. Or if this campaign...
That email, that tweet, that type of tweet is how I just went like, hey, I'm going to play, and now I'm playing. I got to play Mouse Guard, which I never played before.
But I will say this.
Is there going to be a season 2?
It's tremendous. I don't know. I haven't talked about it, but I mean, how can I top a bear in Mouse Guard?
2 bears.
You can't.
You had to add the Mouse Guard.
Listen, you can't. You'll get into the Dragon Ball Z problem of constantly scaling your enemies larger and larger until there's nothing left.
Yeah.
He's bigger and stronger than ever, except now.
We never heard about it before this, but he's definitely at least 4 times as strong as the last guy we fought.
Every show.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
Ever.
Yeah.
Are we? All right. Are we good?
You're waving goodbye. I'm waving goodbye. I'm gonna go eat. It's bye.